What's up? This is Derek from Mayday Parade. You're on Rock Forever magazine.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever magazine, and I am here right now with Derek from Mayday Parade. How's it going?
Pretty well, yeah. How about you?
Very good. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. Did you guys do anything special for the holiday, or?
Everyone kind of separated. We were at home in Tallahassee, luckily, so we got to see family and friends and just hang out. Yeah.
I guess when you guys are on tour so much, so I guess to see your friends and family is something special, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. And we're gone a lot on Thanksgiving, so I'm glad it worked out this year that we were home. So yeah.
Very good. Well, we're gonna start with some finished sentence for you.
Okay.
Now, your favorite YouTube video is?
I don't know what it's called. I think it's called Drinking Out of Cups. It's it's like the lizard guy saying all the crazy bizarre stuff. It sounds really weird, but it's
You're making it sound like I'm supposed to know what this is, but I have no clue right now.
I don't know. It's completely random. It's like this graphic image of this lizard just talking about the most random things with like these images with it, but I've always thought it's just hilarious. So
interesting. Yeah. I'm gonna have to try and find that now. I've never seen that before. Mm-hmm. Now, the biggest misconception about the band is?
I don't know. A lot of times, people think that I'm like a different singer than when we started. Like people will be like, "Oh, so you're the new singer of," like you know what I mean? They think I wasn't in the band from the beginning. That doesn't happen a whole lot, but it's just like it has happened a handful of times over the years. I think because of Jason being in the band and then leaving, and just like the. I don't know, whatever. But that's probably, I guess, the biggest one.
Well, I guess it's a good thing you cleared that up now. So maybe that'll stop happening now.
Yeah.
And now one fun fact fans might not know about you is?
Let's see. I don't eat meat, neither does Alex in our band.
Awesome.
So maybe that, I guess. I don't know.
Vegetarian. Very good. And now your first concert you ever went to was?
The first concert I ever went to was in Tallahassee. It was at a place called Floyd's. It was SR71. 9 days in American Hi-Fi. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
Interesting first concert.
Yeah.
And last one, you were the most starstruck when you met?
I don't know. It's hard to. I haven't met any like super famous people or anything, or I don't know, any like bands that I meet that I like have really like always looked up to, like meeting like New Found Glory or like the Starting Line or Taking Back Sunday and stuff. I'm like not like starstruck, but just like just. Like such a huge fan, and it's just crazy to see those people. So yeah,
so I guess it goes both ways. People are just as starstruck when they meet you, so I guess same thing happens to you too.
Yeah.
And now your album Monsters in the Closet is out right now. Got to talk a little bit about that. What's the inspiration behind the title and the album artwork?
We just kind of picked the title. We thought it was kind of a key lyric in the first song, Ghosts, and thought it was a cool title that was kind of darker, and you could do some cool stuff with the artwork with that. And so yeah, same thing with the artwork. It was just kind of a darker, more mysterious kind of vibe, and I don't know, it's kind of as simple as that, I guess. Yeah.
And I noticed you still had the little hidden guy in because I was thinking, like, when I first saw it took me a second. I was like, wait, they could not have an album cover without that guy on it. But you did. You kind of snuck him in there, huh?
Yeah, I think it's cooler that he's not like the main focus, but he's still in there. I think that's what we talked about doing, and I think it worked out really well. So
yeah, it's pretty sneaky. It's a good album cover.
Cool.
And I was reading some album reviews online, and some critics were saying that the album is kind of similar to your previous releases, which I guess you could take that in a good or bad way, depending on how you look at it. But from your perspective, what did you guys do differently during the writing and recording process to differentiate yourselves on this album?
We kind of, I feel like with the self-titled album that we did, we had learned a lot from doing A Lesson in Romantics and Anywhere But Here, and with the self-titled, we really kind of like got the formula right, I feel like. And so we did a lot of things the same as that time around, as far as us getting together and writing at the same place for about the same amount of time, and then going to Zach and Ken and doing it that way. But obviously, we try to push ourselves with every album to just keep it original and fresh, and do things a little different than we would have done before, try out some new ideas and all that as we get tighter as a band and as musicians. And so yeah, I feel like each album we try to kind of push our limits a little bit, and we'll try and keep doing that in the future as well.
Yeah. What in particular, what kind of strategies did you have that made this one that you pushed the limits? Was there any details you added that were different?
I don't know. I mean, I think we messed with a couple different ideas that we in the past would have shied away from because it didn't sound like Mayday Parade. But if there was a cool idea, we would just take it and try and make it sound like Mayday Parade. You know what I mean? Like Hold On To Me, for example, I feel like is a song that in the past we might not have done. but I'm really glad we did. I think it turned out to be a really cool song, but again, like, if like before we would have been like, it's a little too like country or whatever for Mayday Parade, but just things like that, so yeah.
I mean, surely fans are so happy with it. Both, old fans and new fans are loving it. And I'm glad you didn't go on like a dubstep route or something crazy like that. It's still very true to Mayday Parade.
Yeah, you can't change it up too much, I feel like, without alienating your fans. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And so for anybody who hasn't heard this album yet, which song do you think they should listen to as a first impression?
I guess I'd say Ghost, the first songs. That's kind of we picked that song first because we feel like it's the strongest introduction to the album. So I'd say it's probably a good way to start it off.
Yeah, and one song on the album that sticks out to me is Last Night for a Table of Two. And I feel like that might have been one of the ones where you took a bit of a risk because it's very theatrical.
Oh, cool.
So what inspired you lyrically and musically on that track?
A lot of different things. It's actually, that song, there was an idea that I had years back for whenever we were writing a different album that never really like finished out, and I kind of brought that back up again, and we just worked on it and changed a lot of things about it, and I don't know, it's just kind of we wanted to do like some stuff that's a little darker and a little heavier, I guess, similar to like Black Cat from the first album, and
I never thought about that.
Yeah, I guess that was kind of the idea with all that one.
I really love that song. I think it's super cool. And now that you mentioned Black Cat, I'm like, oh, I see. They do kind of resemble each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And now you also have a photo book available for pre-order right now. How'd you guys come up with the idea to do that? Because that's pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, basically we have our photographer, Tom Falcone, who's been with us for a few years, and he's done pictures and videos, and he has just, thousands and thousands of pictures. And then we have so much content even from the days, before he was with us, that we just realized no one's ever seen, and we just thought it'd be a cool way to package it all together and make a book. And it was a lot of hard work and love that was put into it, and I think it turned out really awesome. And it's cool for me to be able to look back and see, and I hope that everyone else enjoys. It's like got stuff from the very beginning of the band all the way up till now. So it's pretty wild. Yeah,
it's kind of like a Mayday Parade yearbook, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So what is like your favorite picture or favorite moment that was captured in the book?
Gosh, I don't know. That's tough to say.
Is there a lot of stuff?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I like a lot of the old stuff, just because it brings back memories, from those early tours and things, 6, 7, 8 years ago that you almost forgot about, And there's some really cool pictures in there from this last 2012 when we did Warped Tour. Tom has some awesome pictures in there from that I love, and I don't know. I mean, it's hard to pick one, I guess, but it's all really special. Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
And now thinking back to when the band first started, what is the number one thing that has surprised you the most about your career so far, and the number one thing that has changed the most since then?
I guess what surprised me the most would be how far things have come and how we've been able to. Not just, I always kind of pictured when we started touring, like touring in the States was kind of all I ever imagined, but the amount we've done internationally, going to South America and Europe and Japan, Southeast Asia, Australia, it's just, that's all like, I never thought we'd ever get the chance to do that kind of stuff. So it's pretty amazing. And then what do we see, things that's changed the most? Say that probably just that we're a lot more like chilled out than we used to. Not that we were that crazy, but when we started, we were like 19, 20 or so, and so we were like partying a lot more and all that kind of stuff, and so now we're a lot more like mellowed out. We just kind of like chill. We still like party a little bit, but not like we used to. We're getting old.
I guess it's interesting to hear that you're chill now, because I feel like tour life can be so hectic. So it's interesting that you guys can remain calm through all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done it for long enough and figured it out to where and it still can be hectic, but I don't know. We're easygoing, so yeah.
Now we also got a fan question from Caroline. This is a fun one, asking if you could switch places with any celebrity for a day, who would it be?
I guess I'll throw out Brad Pitt.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
It'd be a crazy
I just
day.
feel like most everybody loves Brad Pitt, right? You can't not love Brad Pitt, right?
I do. So yes.
Yeah.
Interesting one. Hey, Brad Pitt, if you want to join Mayday Parade for a day, he'll become you for a day. I think we could sort something out, maybe.
Yeah, we'll switcheroo.
And now you're on the Glamour Kills tour right now. Tomorrow's the last night of the tour, and you've been going for quite a while now. So what has been the most memorable or craziest moment from the tour so far?
Gosh, I don't know. I'd say probably Starland Ballroom. It was kind of earlier on in the tour, but it's like our favorite place to play. And it's in Sayreville, New Jersey. The venue's called Starland Ballroom, and it was the biggest show of the tour, I think, like the biggest room, and it was sold out. And it was just such a good time. It's always a great show there. The venue had made us like a cake because I guess the last 5 times we played there, it sold out every time.
Oh,
so it was just a
wow.
really cool, like, special night. And it was the same night that Florida State beat Clemson, which was a really big deal for all of us.
Yeah.
So it was just like super happy times, and everybody partied really hard that night. And
When you say you're getting chiller.
I know. What I mean is that we've toned it
No, I
down
got
compared
you.
to it's still
That was
every now
especially
and then.
fun.
Yeah.
And what are your plans for right after this tour? What can we look forward to right after this?
We're done for the rest of the year, and then next year we start out going to the UK and mainland Europe, and then we're doing Soundwave in Australia,
Exciting.
and then some Southeast Asia dates. I mean, we have a lot more planned that we haven't announced yet, so I can't talk about it yet. But yeah.
Suspense.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll just have to go on your social networks and everything, which leads me to my next question. If anybody wants to follow you on Twitter and Facebook, where can they go?
The band or me or what? Just
everybody, yeah. You
Yeah.
and the band.
Well, okay. I'm the worst with the social networking stuff. But the band's Twitter, I believe, is Mayday_Parade. My Twitter is just Derek Sanders, at Derek Sanders. And then Facebook, I don't know. I think it's just Mayday Parade. And
You
I think
could
mine's just
Google
Derek
it.
Sanders. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. Has
Yeah,
been
you're welcome.
really
Thank
awesome
you.
talking to you. Everybody watching, make sure you check out Mayday Parade if you haven't already. You could get their album Monsters in the Closet on iTunes right now. And also subscribe for more interviews. And I'll see you next time. Bye.